Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. Now, you all saw the former Trump aide Newberg meltdown on TV. He was being interviewed. They smelled alcohol on his breath. He kept saying he wasn't going to testify, and now he's turned. He said he's going to testify. And he said that that the investigation into Russiagate was trying to implicate Roger Stone. And so Roger Stone is back in the news again. Here's Roger Stone. This is him. And he has been alleged to be in collusion with Wikileaks, although he's really not. Wikileaks has proven that they're not. And he keeps saying they are. Well, here's what Chuck Todd... And then Chuck Todd brought up the name of Randy Credico. So Roger Stone says his go-between between Julian Assange and him is a guy named Randy Credico. But Chuck Todd mispronounces his name right here and asks him about Randy Credico, except he doesn't say his name correctly. Here we go.
Who is Randy Credico?
Randy Credico.
No, I'm going to guess he says Credico because it sounds more Russian instead of Credico. But here we go.
Who is Randy Credico?
Randy Credico was a confirming source on July 12th of 2016. Assange said in an interview that he had information on Hillary and he would publish it. I knew that Credico knew Assange, and I asked him whether this was true. A couple of days later, he confirmed that it was. He did not have any comment about the source or the timing or the content of those disclosures. I testified about this under oath to the House Intelligence Committee. Mr. Credico chose to plead the Fifth Amendment.
Now, I'm going to bring on right now Randy Credico. There's the man they're talking about. It's not Credico. It's Randy Credico. Hi, Randy. Are you there?
Yeah, Credico. Let's go with Credico. I like that. Something out of a Dostoevsky or, one of these old novels, Tolstoy novels.
Okay, so
Credico.
So, Randy, tell us again how you end up in the middle of this story, please.
I have been in the middle of it for about 5 or 6 months. Roger Stone has been identified as a guy who somehow he insinuates himself into the story. A year and a half ago, right after, I think it was August of 2016, he comes out and says, I have a direct connection with WikiLeaks, with Julian Assange. Then he downgrades it. Then he appears before this committee, this House Intel Committee 4 or 5 months ago, and says, he reads a 47-page opening statement, 47 pages, longer than a Strom Thurmond filibuster. So he finished, and he wouldn't give them the name of the so-called in-between person. So he gets a subpoena, doesn't even get a subpoena, the threat of a subpoena. He says, okay, I'll tell you it was Randy Credico. So I am now the in-between Julian Assange and Roger Stone.
And
that's how I got into it.
And that is not
I'm
correct.
the in-between.
And that is false. And that is false. You're not a go-between between Julian Assange and Roger Stone.
It's no more than I am for you. All right?
Right.
In fact, I think I convey more messages from you to him and vice versa, how much he enjoys the show, than I ever did with Roger Stone. So I never was. First of all, let's go back to this. Why would he give me information that he's going to put out 2 days later? Why would he tell me to tell Roger Stone, here, I'm going to put this out. Let me just totally fuck up the element of surprise, and we'll tell Randy Credico, and he'll tell Roger Stone, okay? And then Roger Stone will broadcast that a couple of days later. I mean, there's no logic behind it. But in the meantime, since I took the Fifth Amendment, and the reason why I did is because I did not want to legitimize this hearing. I did not, this committee, and dignify it. The whole thing is a sham. Though, as you know, as you have pointed out time and again, there's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing. There's no collusion. The Democrats continue to waste their time. They have a chance to win with a bunch of lousy candidates. They're terrible candidates, but they still have a chance to win, and this is the only thing in their playbook.
Now, I saw that interview Chuck Todd did with Roger Stone, it seemed like Chuck Todd. Well, first of all, Chuck Todd could not lay a glove on him, and through the whole interview, Roger Stone seemed to be schooling Chuck Todd in how to conduct an interview. It was. What did you think of the interview with Chuck Todd and Roger Stone? To me, it sounded like a big nothing burger, and Chuck Todd could not lay a glove on him. What did you think?
No, he got nothing. There was nothing. He thought that he had like this. It was, I'll tell you what, about as big as the Al Capone.
Geraldo's vault. It was empty, right?
Rivera, or something like the Hindenburg. All right, that was a complete flop. It didn't get off the ground. This guy is he's a terrible interviewer. And then he says my name, mispronounces my name, even though he's blocked me on Twitter. He can't stand me. He's blocked me on Twitter, so I can't access anything he says because he doesn't like what I have to say about him. So who is Randy Credico? Well, he knows who I am. It was, like I said, a terrible interview. I think he's in awe of Roger Stone, as if he had a huge, like he had like the biggest celebrity who is a nobody in this entire affair. Roger Stone, like a leprechaun, insinuated himself into the story. He's getting a lot of publicity. He loves it. He totally loves it. And Chuck Todd, again, puts him back on, gives him a platform. Roger can always say, look, well, he told me to watch his tweets, Julian's tweets. So what does that mean, a back channel? So he has, like I said, has put himself into the story. He's maximizing it. He's getting a lot of publicity. He just spoke at Oxford, all right? So his speaking fees keep going up, even though he's the zealot of this entire Russiagate inquiry.
So you're telling so Roger Stone pretty much just invented a role for himself in this Russiagate Wikileaks scenario by proclaiming that he had a direct back channel to Julian Assange, and then you were his back channel. Now, none of that's true, but they keep again. Chuck Todd brought him on for I don't know if it was a 15-minute interview. It was a long interview.
Yeah,
and
big exclusive, right?
Yeah,
it was like it had a big exclusive.
But I watched the whole thing, Randy, and not a goddamn thing came out. No information. Chuck Todd, every time he tried to accuse Roger Stone of something, Roger Stone just shut him down, right? And
yes, no,
and Chuck Todd looked like
he was an amateur.
He looked like an amateur. Yes, he did look like an amateur. So I don't even know what the point of that, what he was trying to accomplish in that interview. Do you know what Chuck Todd was trying to accomplish?
Look, he was playing off the night before this guy, Sam Nunberg.
Yeah.
He's imagine that, he's a Roger Stone acolyte. He's like a big Roger Stone fan, and he profiles himself as a student of Roger Stone. And Roger Stone, of course, was a student of Roy Cohn. All right, so this is the kind of guy that he is, Sam Nunberg, and he put himself out there. This is the big spectacle that's on MSNBC and CNN, rather than getting to what this entire Russiagate affair is all about, which is much ado about nothing. It's a waste of time, but that's their narrative. Somehow they put him in. He fits within the narrative. And what is going on here? Okay, underneath it all is camouflage. That's what Mueller's doing. He's bringing these guys in. He's bringing in guys like Stone now to throw some camouflage. His real objective is going after these guys on economic issues, whether it be tax havens or money laundering. There's nothing on the Russiagate deal, but the only way he can continue some kind of push forward is to throw out some red meat. Roger Stone is red meat. And so people that want to see Russiagate, guys like your Congressman Adam Schiff, they want to see this thing go on forever and ever. And when you throw stuff like this out there, it gives it some legitimacy. But Mueller knows that there's nothing to the Russiagate story. There's no collusion, but he's throwing some stuff out there. It's a sleight of hand. It's a diversionary ruse just to keep people focused on it. On what his real objective is the economic stuff.
Right.
But Chuck Todd is a facilitator of this. These guys are complete morons. You realize if he had to change places with you, if he had to do his stuff on the internet, he'd have like no followers. He'd have like 5 or 6 people watching. If you had his slot, you'd have like 10 million people watching. If he had to do it from the internet and like put it on YouTube, who would pay to see it? who would watch it? It's only because it's free that you watch it.
Yeah.
Not that yours costs anything, but you
Well-
have to search for you. You don't have to search. You put it on. You put it on MSNBC. It's there.
Yes.
And you know you don't have to do any. If he had to do it your way, he'd have no viewers,
Yeah, no,
and we wouldn't be talking about this.
no doubt about it. If he had to go from scratch to try, I mean, he was handed a successful show and he's killing it. Ron Placone is here. He has a question for you, Randy.
Yeah.
Yes, hi, Ron.
First of all, Mr. Credit Score, thank you so much for coming on the show. We always, but no. So just like to kind of sum this up, because I watched the whole interview too, and like hearing your perspective on it. Would you say that in the case of Roger Stone and Chuck Todd, these are just two people trying to enrich themselves through this whole hysteria?
Yeah, of course. They mutually benefit from an interview like this. He's got an exclusive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's finally got someone that's been hiding in the Philippines for 30 years, and he got him out and he's doing the interview. And Roger Stone, like I said, he is spiking the ball right now. You think he's got plausible deniability. There's nothing that can happen to him out of this thing, because the only thing he lied about was saying he had a back channel, and you could say anybody. I'm everybody connected to your show's back channel, since I know Julian Assange. I know how to reach him. So I'm the whole world's back channel to him. All right? And Roger Stone's my back channel to Donald Trump. And so Chuck Todd, of course, he is definitely makes this a big deal. He's got Roger Stone, who's been thrown off, by the way, for some of the things he said in his tweets. So some nasty things. Both networks, CNN and MSNBC, have canned him and prohibited him from coming back. But yesterday he was hot news, and they brought him back. And he totally played. He's been playing these guys, the media, the mainstream media now, for a year and a half.
Yeah.
But, look, it's great showmanship. You got to give the guy credit. He has been able to get a lot of publicity, promote himself. He's got a huge radio following. He's got his speaking price just went up.
Yeah. All right.
All right. He's going to be up there with Bill Clinton soon.
All right. All right. Well, listen, Randy, I appreciate you checking in with us, keeping us abreast of this. What's next, you think, for your role in this Russiagate?
Well, my role tomorrow is I got this guy, Michael Isikoff, who's got a new book out with David Korn. Those
Yes.
two. And they're interviewing me tomorrow. So they want to give me the opportunity to throw some cold water on their theory. They both believe it. But there's a lot of money in Russiagate. You understand?
Yes.
It's the Russiagate industry. All right? It's the Russiagate industry. There's a ton of money for everybody.
Yep.
And so I don't blame them. That's what they're doing right now. If you do anti-Russiagate, there's no money in the anti-Russiagate side, though.
Tell me about it.
There's only money in the Russiagate side.
Tell me about it. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
buddy.
well, you've been on it, and I appreciate what you've done in exposing the Democrats. I watch you on a regular basis, although I think they're screwing with me because sometimes I don't hear the bell. I'm supposed to hear that bell
That's
on
right.
my phone, and sometimes I don't. But somebody's interfering with you. But I do watch you religiously, and I actually you shine some light on what's going on. And please continue. You do a tremendous job. All right?
You're a very sweet man. Randy Credical,
Have
ladies
I
and
sucked
gentlemen.
up enough? I just want to get back on like Roger Stone the next time he's on. Please, I want to get back on. It's like doing the Tonight Show we did with Johnny Carson. I get more people that talk to me about being on TV when I'm on your show than anybody else's.
Okay. All right. Well, when now is your radio show still going?
My radio show, I've been doing it on the West Coast at KPFA, but what I'm doing right now is something different. I'm going to be starting a different kind of radio show. I don't want to get into it. It's an internet show, but it's nothing like yours, all right?
Okay.
So I'm going to be doing that, but nothing like yours. A totally different kind of setup, and it's not, although I'm going to call it the Jimmy Dore Late Late Show.
Okay. All right. Randy Credico or credit card.
Credeco. Where's your Russian? Baratsky. See you later.
Baratsky.
Thank you. Keep up the great work.
All right. That's Randy. We'll be checking in with him later. Make sure you're subscribed to this show. Speaking of subscribers, because you're not. And also, we'll see you March 26th in Austin, Texas. Second show just added. Plus, we'll see you March 30th in Burbank, California. Link for tickets right there. Thanks for your support. Oh, Steam It. We're also on Steam It. Check us out. There's a link there too. I bet there is.